Hello. I hope that this is working. If not, maybe that's God's sign. Okay. I don't know if it's working. I hope it is. I hope that you guys rejoin. Lord. Okay. If anybody's watching, please let me know if you can hear me. Hi, Callie. Callieville. I guess, are you saying you can hear me? You can. Okay, yay. my one of my parents just called me and it threw everything off, so I had to go ahead and put put on do not disturb on my phone. It just threw everything off. I forgot what I was saying, but everything is not working out the way I thought it was on my timeline. So that's okay. I still am moving forward in courage and in faith. I I still plan to go to Europe. I think what I will be doing is going to Albania for 6 months. First off, I've been following a lot of people from Albania, or Black women in Albania on TikTok. Albania, you can be in for up to a year without a visa. And so that's where I plan to go. And it's a pretty smaller known, like it's not as touristy, and I like that. And hopefully I can find a community of Black women out there. And then from there, I might want to go, I plan on going to Georgia and in Europe. And also I want to go to Greece, and I want to go to Ireland. But I don't want to hop places. I'm not a city hop person. I'm just a let me get settled in one place type person and feel the vibe. Portugal, yes. I still want to go to Lisbon, Portugal. My only thing with Lisbon, Portugal, is that you can only be there for 3 months. Well, there are certain countries in Europe that are part of I'm going to say this wrong, and I know I am, Schengen. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm not. But there are certain countries that are part of this pretty much this agreement within the whole country that you can only be there 90 days out of 188 days. And so without a visa. And one of those places is Portugal. So I do want to go back to Portugal, but probably only for like 30 to 60 days to see if that's where I really want to be. But I could go to Albania, which is a country, or Georgia, which is a country, and be there up to a year without a visa. I don't want to permanently decide I'm going to be somewhere and try to work on a visa unless I feel that this is where I really want to be. And so I think I need to take my time, because my plan is to be in Europe for a year and to explore and to see what really works for me. So I thought that I would be leaving by March, and that may not happen. It may be a little bit after March. That's fine. I'm going to end up taking one of my dogs. As I was saying on my last video, I'm having to surrender my other dog, Stella. Come here. I'm having to surrender my dog, Stella. Girl. Well, she can't get in the camera, but Stella, she's a bigger dog, and she requires a lot more energy, and it's just gonna require too much for me to take her, which I'm gonna be really sad about. But my other dog, Zeke, he's a Shih Tzu. He's coming with me. I've had him for almost 8 years, so he will be with me. But we'll be going, and I'll be documenting, I'll be showing. I'm excited about that, and so I'm still moving forth in faith. I've been boxing everything in my house. If you could tell, this is my bookcase. I had it full, and so now I just have a little bit for the showing, like just the show, make it look some type of way. But the complete rest of my house is completely empty except my room. This is my room. And we just move forward in faith. I just think it's gonna take some time. I'm open to it. I am okay with that. Anytime that during this process of unease and it's unsettling, I just keep thinking about when I got my house, how uneasy, excuse me, and how unsettling that was, of like the whole process. And it was just lengthy and it was trying, and I still kept showing up. And so that's how I feel as I'm taking this leap, is that I'm going to keep showing up regardless. And I just have a lot of faith, and I know I'm supported. I asked for signs to clarify that I was supported, and I got those signs. So I'm still moving for it. But I'm excited. And I have been connecting with a lot of women. Oh, a white butterfly. Sorry. I've been connected with a lot of women from Albania. I've been watching a lot of Stephanie Perry stuff. I've been following the women on Exodus Summit because I'm just trying to get back in that mode of like claiming that for my life, of what I really want to explore and to get up out of America. Because did y'all see what that man did in Venezuela? And I don't want to say too much because that might get whatever. But baby, what I do know is that I don't like absorbing the news or what's going on. I don't want to pay attention to all that, but I can't help but see it. But this also tells me that it shows me that traveling is going to get probably weird for a while, or it's going to start getting weird in certain places. And I'm like, just hold on, because I got to get up out of here. 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 I know the astrology for this year, and I know the astrology for this year, and it's gonna be some conflict ahead. Oh my goodness. I send so much love to you. I would say if you have a resume, start moving towards applying. Start moving towards I don't know what your living situation is or your financial situation is like, but and I'm not encouraging anyone to leave their job, but I would say in the job market is horrible right now. But I still don't think that that's negates that there is no opportunity, because there is always opportunity. I do know with me, I joined Flex Jobs, and so I get like the first notification with employers for all over remote work all over the world. That's where I've been applying. I've also started creating profiles on Fiverr and on Upwork, offering my writing skills, ghostwriting and stuff like that. So I don't know what if you have other skills you could do, but I would say I'm sending love to you, because this market is boo boo. And then when you need to rest, you really can't rest because you don't want to pay you, and they don't have those systems and support, and they don't offer the needs that you have, the reprieve that you need. I'm sorry, sis. And how long have you been at your job that you don't qualify? Because it must be a new job. Is it a new job? And one thing me and my friends say, or me and my single friends, we'll leave a job in a minute. Well, she will leave a job in a minute. I will. It took me forever to leave my job, so that's not true for me. But she will leave a job in a minute, and she battles with severe depression. New job only. Oh, you've only been there 5 months. Oh, okay, okay. Um, if the spirit, like I look at depression as almost like there's this ease there because this isn't what we want to be doing. This isn't what we desire. And my only thing is having another job may not even resolve that. But if to get something, and I'm not gonna say keep being in where you at. Every situation is different. Oh, I've been there because severe depression, me as well, and dealing with this for years, and just keep showing up. You just keep showing up, and it's like autopilot. You just keep showing up because you don't have no other choice. Because who else gonna pay the bills? Who else gonna do all these things? Who else gonna help? So what I can say is get the resume in order. Just start applying. What skills do you have? What were you doing before? What was your joy at before? I think you said you were across the country before. You used to be abroad and you want to go do that again. What were your skills at before? What can, you pour something into to have some type of, or even before you go to work. I know for me, breathing really helps me. Breathing exercises. Like I was explaining earlier that I'm deeply, deeply stressed right now because my house is still on the market and it's going really, really slow. It's going really slow. And so I have a lot of anxiety about that. And I'm having to calm myself and I'm having to actually feel my feelings. There's nothing wrong with being depressed or being sad. We should embrace that. We shouldn't run from the feelings. And we shouldn't try to put more work on ourselves. So if the job is so stressful, then what other ways in our lives can we ease that stress? Can we pour more love into ourselves? Can we be more kind to ourselves? So that's the only thing that's really, really an issue. Sometimes you'll get to a point where you can't avoid it and you got to do something about the job. But the way the system is set up right now, everything is in a flux. In influx, I don't know the word, but y'all know what I'm saying. And I normally would say take a leap, but I can't encourage somebody to do that because I damn sure don't. Sometimes don't know why I did it. It would not. It would not. I don't think it would help. You're an educator. Have you done the certification, the teaching abroad stuff? Because that could be an option as well. I don't want to encourage anyone to do these things. I do want to say you want to choose yourself and prioritize yourself, and that if you do decide to go abroad, research. I mean, you've been abroad, but to research where. Hi. Oh, I remember you, Christopher. Hello. Hello. But you want to research where, and if you can, and an affordable place. The reason I'm going to Albania is because it is very, very affordable. It is very low cost. It is still, they're still building up that area. There's still stuff going on. And so I could have a low amount of money and still make it over there for a while. I used to want to go to Thailand because Thailand is very affordable. But the only thing you can really do is be an educator in Thailand. And I don't want to be an educator, but that could be a relief for you. You have some savings. If you are bold enough to say, F everything and I choose me and I'm going to make this work, I believe that you will be met. I just heard peace. You need peace. Peace. That's your word, peace. So whatever you have to do to get that, to move towards that, you will be met. But that journey is uncomfortable in the process, but there are avenues and there are resources. If you're an educator, you could do a lot. You could do a lot abroad. Southeast Asia, they always hire educators. They always want it there. I would consider Albania, but not sure about the food. So I've been following some Black women on TikTok. They have different food there, but I haven't heard anything bad about the food. I would say this about Europe. I've been to Rome. I've been to Lisbon. I've been to London. London has horrible food. They do not season their food. It's not good. But everywhere else is it's just it's fresh. It's extremely, of course, I haven't been to Albania, but just Europe in general, their food, they're not using all the processed foods we have. A lot of stuff that is banned here, banned in Europe, we eat here in our food. Like they actually care about freshness over there. They actually care about things from the earth, herbs, natural spices. Like they care about those things over there. Over here, it's a hot mess. I would be more concerned about the food here and what we put in our bodies here. And I would be concerned because FDA, the people that are over FDA and the government are not qualified. And the people that were, they're out, they're gone now. And I would be concerned about, I mean, it is, you can go anywhere and something happens, but I don't trust the food here. I know every time I've been abroad and I've had food over in another place, I'm like, wow, it's us. They are trying to poison us over here. This is my personal opinion that they're trying to poison us over here. It is a hot mess. I do not like, I do not trust American anything. I don't. And every time I went abroad and I've had food there, I remember I went to Rome. I was having pasta every day. Pasta. I don't even like pasta. I was having pasta every day. And I lost like 4 or 5 pounds. I had wine. I lost like 4 or 5 pounds. I came back here and it was like so light. It was so light and rich, but filling. And I came back here and was eating the food and it was just so heavy. And it just felt like it wasn't fresh at all. And you could see the difference. And when I went to Lisbon, Lisbon is known for their sardines. It's very fresh there. And I remember I never had sardines before I went to Lisbon, but I was waiting till I went there. And I had sardines for the first time in my life. And it was so good. And then I bought like I took home a package of sardines with me to bring back here. And I was so obsessed with them that I started eating the sardines here. The sardines here taste different. I would be more concerned about the food here. Sardines, yes, I love sardines. I'm trying to lose some weight, and I use sardines. I make sardines plates, and I'll have like my sardines with my hard boiled eggs, with my bell peppers, my cucumbers, my crackers, and my hummus. Make me a little meal every day. It hits. I love sardines at this point. Make sure I have some chili oil. You can't tell me nothing. I eat it up. It fills me right on up. I be doing good. It feels good. I mean, it tastes good. It feels good too. But no, the food here I don't trust. And yes, peace, avocado queen. That's the word I heard for you. And so think about that. Ruminate on that. What are you willing to do to accomplish it, or to fulfill, or to feel that, or to experience that? Set a plan. For me, this past year, I wrote out everything else in a plan. I'm gonna do this by this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, and nothing still has went the way I thought it was gonna go. So I can you can put your best forth plan, but then you also got to surrender it and still trust that you're gonna be met. And so that's where I am currently with this house. But I have so much faith. But then I also have this voice in the back of my head. So my girl, it's gonna take a minute. Girl, you didn't do no upgrades on your house. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. Like compared to everybody, like I'm thinking about these things, but I still have faith. I still have faith. I trust. I was told be patient. I'm gonna be patient. So I wouldn't be led this far for me to just be bust on my ass. But if I gotta bust on my ass, then that's fine. But I don't want to bust on my ass about this house. You can release this house and then you can bust on my ass. But let's release this house. What about Mexico? You can get a temporary residency. Temporary residency. Oh, okay, yes, Mexico. Now the only thing with Mexico, my issue, and I've said this on videos. I'm an astrology person. I'm an astrology nerd. I'm one of those people. I'm a Libra. I'm one of those people, and so I do go by astrocartography. I go by I do go by Christopher. I see you asking when I'm leaving. What is you trying to do, sir? You keep asking that. You keep asking, sir. Why you trying to find out? No, but I do astrocartography, which pretty much it looks at your birth chart. We all have a birth chart. Hey, Brittany. Hey, it's good that you're here. I do astrocartography, and it looks at your birth chart. We all have a birth chart that we were born with, and it tells you what places are like really in alignment for you, or what would be hard on you, or what the energy of that place? Would it be good for you? Would it be hard on you? Will it be more creative, good for education, good for job? Mexico, I did a astrocartography chart on Mexico. The places there are very limited. The most expansive place for me is Europe, and I keep everything I keep doing keeps coming back to Europe. And so the reason I went to Lisbon was just to see how I felt, and that just cemented it for me. So I necessarily don't really want to go to Mexico. I thought about Panama City, but that's where like a lot of retirees are going. And yes, I'm in my late 30s, but I'm not yet that older, so I'm not really ready to be in that environment just yet. So I won't do that. But I have a couple of friends. I have a couple of friends who have moved to Mexico. One of them is staying in Puerto Vallarta. I can't say the right word, so don't hold it against me. And they love it because it's like a party area. Another friend is staying in Murrieta, which is very more family friendly, and they love it. And then I also had a friend that was staying in Mexico City, which is kind of higher as far as dollar, but they also love it. And I want to go visit Mexico City because I want to go to the Frida Kahlo Museum. I'm a nerd and I want to see her museum. I love Frida Kahlo. What do you think about Thailand? We were just talking about Thailand because she was on here saying that she's an educator. Thailand was one of my top places I wanted to move a couple years ago. I was really, really intentional about trying to move there. I would write I was looking up how to get my certification, my TEFL certification, so I could be able to teach abroad in Thailand, because the cost. I'm not Christian, so I like exploring different cultures, and they practice Buddhism over there, and I was very interested in Chiang Mai. I might be saying these country names wrong. But I was really interested in the culture, their spiritual practices, the food. I was following so many different people. My only thing is that I don't want to be a teacher at all. I do not want to be a teacher. And so I feel like to do those type of jobs, I feel like you actually have to want to do those jobs. I know people are trying to do that to get over there, but I have this thing where I'm like, if I'm gonna be working with kids, I actually want to work with kids, and I actually want to do this. I don't want to do that. So because Thailand, normally that's your only way to get over there, is really, unless you have. I think they may have changed some rules. You could have worked there with a digital. You could be a digital nomad, but I think there's a limited time that you can actually be there. And it's a process to get a visa unless they've changed it, but it's a process. But when I went to Lisbon and I was hanging around black women there, one of the black women I met, she told me that she had been in Thailand, and she was like, "Ain't nothing." She was like, "Thailand's a wonderful place, but if you want to date, if you want a man to look at you, if you want to experience love, then no, you're not gonna get none of that over there. They don't look at you." She was like, "Black men don't want black women out there. They want Thailand women." And Thailand and the actual natives there, they are the cost of living, or their the way they live is very, very low. And so I'm not going nowhere looking for a man, but I also don't want to be nowhere where there is no opportunity for me to be to meet someone or engage with someone, or have, some type of anything. So that was not gonna work. She was like, "I would not recommend it." She was like, mm-mm. And so that's why I'm not going. But that would be somewhere I still want to visit. I want to visit Thailand. I want to visit Malaysia. One of the biggest places that was on my astrocartography chart, like on all aspects of wellness, was Vietnam. And I can't believe that, but now I want to go to Vietnam. So that is on my bucket list. And so after this year in Europe, who knows how it's going to work, but what I would hope to happen, I saw Stephanie Perry has been doing this for years. And not to say I want to be hip hop scotching all over, but why not? And I'm going to be open. I'm open to, once I get over there, the experiences and how God shows up for me, because I have ideas of what I would like to do when I go abroad. I'm not going to speak about them yet, but if the door opens, I'm open. And so if you're looking to Thailand, you should. It is affordable as heck. You talking about whatever we paying in America. And then you also got to think, y'all, with the way this government is going, the American dollar is going to continue to depreciate in other countries. So whatever we make in here and we go somewhere else, it's not going to be, the American dollar is not going to be as much because we look like idiots. So you want to think about when you go other places, like where is the American dollar still of value? Because even in Europe, it's kind of depreciating. How long did you stay? I wasn't in Lisbon long. I was there only for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And I just went so I could just get a vibe. Now, I will tell you what I did when I went to Lisbon. Before I went, I set intentions that I wanted to meet like-minded women. I wanted to be shown if this was for me. Like I wrote these things down. Like I want to really, really be shown that I can do this. I can live abroad and that it will be safe. And so when I went there, I purposely, because I'm not a person that likes to really just oh, let's go here, let's go there. I joined a lot of different meetups. I joined Eventbrite. I signed up for a lot of different community events in the community. And I just started showing up. And everywhere I went, I met a woman. A single woman, an older woman, a woman that is traveling or exploring or, looking for themselves or trying to leave corporate America. I met Black women. I met Asian women. I did not meet, but I did meet Asian women, Black women, Indian women. And it was, every single one of them just inspired me in different levels. And none of it was like, we're millionaires, we have all this figured out. One of the women, she was like, if I can get some more money, it'd be great. But they will find a way to make a hustle. One of the Black women in Lisbon, she was there for a while to get away from the madness in America, how she was feeling. She didn't feel safe in America. And she went to Lisbon and she started getting depressed because she was running out of money pretty much. And Lisbon, it's so nice, but it's raising in costs a lot because there's too many people who are moving there that are not citizens. And the citizens there, their cost is very low, but now they're having to pay more. And so now their politics are leaning right. And I understand why, because there's too many people coming in and it's raising everything and it's raising their cost of living and they're not paying these people enough. But she was not making enough money. And so she decided to be a tour guide. And she created her own tour, African food tour in Lisbon. And that's where I met her. She was hosting a tour, and she was like, "This is my side hustle. I have like a main job, but she was like, this is about to be my full-time job. I've been devoting my time into this for the full year, and so it just transformed into something bigger." And that's the type of mindset you have to have. I see, if you're gonna go abroad, it's like how you're gonna use your skills, your resources, the people that you know or communicate with or connect with to expand yourself, because it's possible. But I think people go over there thinking like it's gonna be a light switch and everything is gonna just work out. I mean, it can, but also if you're not willing to put yourself out there or find other resources or build community, the best thing you can do is build community. And that's what I'm intentionally asking for when I go to Albania, is community. In Georgia, anywhere I go, community. Because I can't do this by myself, and I don't want to do this by myself. Okay? But I feel like I've been talking my butt off. I have. It's been like an hour. Hey, love your vids. Hi! Thank you. If I could leave y'all with anything, because I've been talking for an hour. How is the house going? I was telling everyone I'm very stressed. I have pimples. My face is breaking out because I believe I'm stressed. The house is still in the market. It's been on the market for about 30 days now. It's a very slow market, obviously, because of the economy, but I live in a community where there are constantly new builds. So I'm in competition with I was in competition with the new builds. And then Last month was the first month it was on the market, and I only had one interest at that time. And so I talked to my realtor the other day, and she was like, well, you're in competition with the newer models. And so she was like, I recommend you lowering your price so that we could have be in competition with the other houses that are have already been occupied. So we lowered the price. I finally got an open house yesterday, and I had another viewing after the open house, and then I had a viewing before I got on here with you guys. There was a viewing here. The person that came yesterday, they did not want to move forward because they were still thinking, well, they haven't made it, they still are in the look phase, but they didn't have any like complaints. They agree with the price and everything. But it's been stressful because I thought it was going to be instantaneous, and the realtor told me the average price, the average time for sale on this market right now is like 84 days. So that's a long time. And we're only on day 30 or 31. So I thought it would have I thought it would have been quick. But that has not happened that way. So it's triggering my anxiety, it's triggering my stress. It's actually triggering my security wounds because I'm like, did I make the right decision? Did I do what I was supposed to? Did I do the right thing? And last night I was crying because I was like, oh my God, did I do the right thing? have I legit lost my goddamn mind? Have I lost my cuckoo? Like, am I cuckoo for cocoa? Like, I'm like, am I cuckoo? Like, I'm like, have I lost my mind? Have I lost my mind? And the funny thing is, thank you. I'm in agreement. The fun thing is, me and my mom, I haven't really been talking to my mom, but I did tell her, my mom had helped me yesterday because I was having a showing and I don't have a car anymore. So she came and got me so I could get my dogs out of the house. And she prayed for me, and I was just crying, and she just was pouring love into me, which was very kind of her. But it was also like, you're going to be okay regardless. And you know you're going to be okay. You know this is all going to work out. And you know that you're protected. And I do know these things. And so it's just that my faith is, I have a faith of mustard seed, which is a really small thing, and I'm being tested. And what I was saying earlier is that anytime I've ever asked for something, even for this house, it didn't just come like that. It was like a process, and it was confusion, and there was waits, and there was delays, and